this game kind of appeals to me. So Eliza is a visual novel about an AI counseling program. The people who develop it are the people who use it. People follow Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey as she reconnects with the people from her past, gets to know the people from Seattle, who uses Eliza for counseling and decides the course of her future. So basically, this game is about an AI that acts as a therapy or therapist towards different people. And we are just mere the human touch between this AI and the clients, like in this picture. So I've already started the game and just to try the settings, but we're going to create a new game here so we jump into a fresh experience. So this is also a visual story novel, so I will be talking a lot.
I had a dream this morning, but I can't remember what it was. It all vanished when the alarm went off. First time that's happened in a while. I've been drifting away inside my own world for too long. It's time for me to wake up.
So we are Evelyn here now. As you can see, I'm on this side of the camera now because I don't want to actually be on top of what's been said here. So Evelyn, what are you supposed to do on the light rail? Use your phone, I guess, or look around. So as you can see here, that's my phone, and
Capitol Hill Station.
And we can actually, like a story novel game, we can actually look on things and inspect it. Evelyn, I forgot how difficult getting around in this city can be sometimes. Is she sleeping? I hope she doesn't miss her stop. Must be commuting to work. Maybe it's her first day at the job or at the new job too. Seems unlikely. So let's check our phone here. So we have a bunch of different apps here. We have Eliza Proxy, we have ZipChat, no recent chats, not feeling very gabbied lately. Hey, that's valid. When you're in a talkative mood again, your recent chats will be available here. So that's our chat application. Many Senni, I don't know what it is. I don't need to play this again. I should delete it. So this is probably a game. This is some kind of a Chinese application. I might look at this later when I want to relax. And Bijux. Looks like another game. Scando. Wellness. The gym already nags me about not working out. I don't need more of that. And Solitude is another game. So let's check our emails. Avalon Fitness. So let's check with the oldest one here. So did she send this email to herself? You will do it, I believe in you. So we are Evelyn. So this is the Proxy Coordination Center. Dear Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey, congratulations. You're taking the first step on an exciting and rewarding career with the Skanda family. Please show up promptly for your orientation meeting at 9 a.m. Friday, January 3rd. Name Ishino-Aubrey Evelyn. Title Proxy Level 1. Classification Contingent Staff. Contract Agency Capstone. Location Eliza Counseling Center, Queen Anne, Seattle, Washington. We are looking forward to working with you. Proxy Coordination Center, Skanda Incorporation. And this is the Avalon Fitness email. Was it something we said? Evelyn, we've noticed you haven't checked into your customized personal training plan at Avalon Fitness in the last 971 days. So it's been like 3 to 4 years since she actually went to this fitness club. This is probably a violation to GDPR, but they are still sending her emails after 3 to 4 years. We get it, life doesn't always move in a straight line, that's why we're offering a special 25-point bonus to your Avalon Prestige if you check in again within the 2 next weeks. There's never been a better time to get your health back in track. Avalon Fitness. Strength quantified. Eliza, powered by Skanda. So Skanda seems like... So Eliza is probably the AI program. Oh, hey, Nizzle. Sorry, I didn't see what you wrote here. So Eliza is probably the AI program, and Skanda is the company that actually developed it. It's so strange to see it like this. Okay, what should I be doing here? Should I check in at the front desk? Wait, there is a woman I met at the orientation meeting last week.
Hi, you're Evelyn, right?
So her name is Ray.
You remember me? That's impressive. There were a lot of people at that orientation.
Of course. I've done this for a while now, so I'm pretty good at putting names to faces. People always say they're bad at it, but it's a skill you can practice just like any other. In case you forgot, though, I'm Ray. Come to me with all your questions, comments, complaints, whatever. And if you look around and can't find me, I'm probably at one of the other 2 counseling centers I'm running right now.
Oh, snap.
So you can count on me being back soon.
3 centers. Sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, it is a lot of work. This is kind of a temporary thing. We're growing fast, and hiring is one of our big challenges. That means there's decent opportunity for advancement here, if that's something you're looking to do.
I mean, why not?
Interesting.
Shall we start with a quick tour of the office?
Ray starts with the tasteful appointed lobby. There are a few people already waiting for the counseling sessions to start.
You could say the Queen Anne office is Eliza's flagship location. It has 12 individual counseling rooms. Currently, we're up to seeing almost 100 clients a day here.
Okay.
100 a day?
The growth trend isn't stopping either. Demand for Eliza keeps exceeding our expectations, especially here in Seattle for whatever reason. We're already looking at adding more capacity here. Either that or opening another location close. Personally, I think having a single office with 24 counseling rooms might seem a little unfriendly, so I hope we go for a second location. I like to think of Eliza centers like cafes or coffee shops. A few small ones is better than one big one.
I guess.
I guess so.
Counseling centers like coffee shops. Odd metaphor. Ray leads me into one of the counseling rooms.
And here's where the magic happens, in these little rooms.
So Nizzle says, in regards to GDPR, it depends on various factors how long they can keep your data, but just for advertisement it's probably not long. I know that insurance companies can keep your data for a super long time about you. Yeah, that's true. So depending on what kind of data it is and what your relationship towards that company is. Like you said, marketing data, it's hard to justify 4 years to keep marketing data, but insurance companies, yeah, there could be legal reasons as well. Ray, and here's where the magic happens in these little rooms.
You get your assignments from the Eliza app on your phone. Oh, one thing to note, it's always a good idea to double check the headset to make sure it's working properly before you dive in. We've had some quality control issues lately.
Okay.
After that, all you need to do is initiate the session and follow the instructions. Make sense so far? Any questions for me?
Seems simple.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah, it's really foolproof. Before I go, just a few reminders of things we covered in orientation. No deviating from the script that Eliza gives you.
So no deviating from the script that Eliza gives you. So that's something important.
No checking your smartphone or anything else that would take your attention away from the client during the session.
Okay.
Yes, I understand.
Ray stops for a moment and looks me over.
It looks like you're dressed acceptably as well. Nothing snazzy, but it'll do. You wouldn't believe the outfits some people come in here wearing.
Jeez.
Okay, let me double check to make sure you're all set up in the system.
Ray takes out her phone and swipes a few times.
Yep, looks like you're all good to go. Okay, ready to start your first counseling session as an Eliza proxy?
Yes, we are. 30 years, wow, yeah. Okay, ready for your first? Yes, we are.
Sure.
Don't worry, there's basically nothing you can do to mess it up. You just follow the prompts. It's a really impressive system. If you want, have a look around the counseling office first. Get comfortable.
Okay.
I'll check in with you afterward.
Okay, we got 2 new messages. Eliza logotype. There are dozens of these locations already. Scanda is putting some serious investment into this. The coffee machine. Do I want more coffee? Actually, I think I'll skip it. And the window. I hope spring comes soon. At least the days are getting longer now. So this is the Eliza proxy app. Oh wait. So it's 8 in the morning as well. Welcome. Okay. Oh, dear Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey. Thank you for signing up as an Eliza proxy. Eliza is a rapidly growing counseling service driven by the world's most advanced AI. As a proxy, you serve as the personal touch that allows our clients to hear what they need to hear from a real human being, not a robot or a virtual avatar like our competitors. Yeah, maybe you should nizzle. Oh, you work in an IT security field as well. Okay, that's cool. This is the official Eliza app for proxies. In it, you can view important messages from Scanda, your session history, and your current level and badges. Enjoy your experience helping people with themselves with Eliza. Proxy Coordination Center, Scanda Incorporation. Do not reply to this email. It is sent from an unmonitored email address. For general inquiries or request support, for general inquiries or to request support for your Eliza proxy account, visit Scanda support portal. Okay, and this is the other email. Stick to the script. All. As Eliza Counseling Centers continues to open across the country, I want you to take a moment to remind all provider proxies, please avoid deviating from the provided script. I know that it is tempting to come to conclusions about your clients on your own, but Eliza will not work if proxies differ from its judgments. Keep in mind that you're present only in order to provide the human touch to interaction that is fundamentally between the client and Eliza. Continual violation of this policy may result in a reprimand or even termination. Thank you for your attention, Edwin Park, Eliza Service Director, Scanda Incorporation. Okay. Time to get started. It really looks like a therapist office in here. Soft lighting, soothing art on the walls. This is how I imagined it working. I can't remember anymore. The future happened without me. Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's cool to hear, Nizzle. The headset activates. A distant-looking man shuffles into a room and sits down across from me. So this is what I think is so cool about this idea, this game idea, is that Eliza is an AI, and she is actually the one talking or counseling the patient. And we are just here as a human proxy between the AI and the actual human client. So that's why that's why the instructions, the company instructions are saying, don't deviate from the script. Say exactly what Eliza is telling you to say. Evelyn, a distant-looking man shuffles into a room and sits down across from me.
Hello, Darren.
Hi.
So you can see here, this is how the AI is going to respond to Darren here.
You found the place okay?
Yeah.
Hope you didn't get rained on too much.
No, it was fine.
It's been raining a lot, hasn't it? It's supposed to clear up later today.
Oh, that's good. Little sun once in a while, but
He seems really depressed.
Darren, what brings you here today?
well, I just feel empty inside. Like there was supposed to be something there, but it's missing. I go to work, I do my work, I go home, but there's nothing there. I feel like I'm simulating a person. Like I feel like just hollow and like I'm not even alive.
So this is his heart rate, respiration, vocal distress. Okay, EPR. I have no idea what EPR stands for. Affect. No, wait. EPR, is it something with the brain? Electro something. P something. Emotion. Okay, receptivity.
Like a ghost or something.
How long have you felt this way?
For a long time. It comes and goes, but the last 2 weeks is when it really started to get bad. It just suddenly came over me the way, the way things are going in this world. There's no future for humanity. There's no journey toward anything. We're being cruel to each other just to be cruel. The people who run things don't care about anything except themselves, and can't stop them. Everyone is driven by greed. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to get rich. And we're all gonna die because of it.
So if this is an AI, everything he says here is basically training data for them. So it's going to input this and then, try to come to a conclusion. What is the optimal thing to say in order to come to a victory state, more or less? And I guess like a victory state is not suicide, basically.
The damage we're doing to the planet is irreversible. We're destroying everything, and we can't even manage to stop ourselves.
Do you remember anything in particular that caused these feelings?
The state of the world is what's causing these feelings. I was on a walk the other day. I thought maybe I could clear my head. And all I could see was construction cranes and new development and oceans of money flowing in, distorting everything. Suddenly the whole city felt so damaged, so corrupted.
We are Nizzle, and we should be happy for that.
I felt like I was an alien in a hostile world, a world that hated me. And we're building it. We're building this hell. We're choosing to build it right here, so what's the point? Probably overloaded your system with that, huh?
Let's see what Eliza says.
Your machine learning or whatever it is you got going on in there.
Let's focus on you for a moment.
Let's focus on you for the moment.
Are these feelings you're expecting your ability to function at work?
Are these feelings you're experiencing affecting your ability to function at work?
I haven't been doing a whole lot of work. I just don't understand why I should bother, why anyone should bother. Nobody in management's noticed yet, but eventually someone will, and I'll get fired.
And how does thinking about getting fired for that make you feel?
Honestly, I'd feel good about it. They don't deserve me dragging them down. Everyone there is smart and motivated and has a wonderful, promising career. You have beautiful, successful people.
Oh, look. Sentiment analyzer. So it's analyzing all the character things as well.
We moved to a swanky new building, expensive area, fancy restaurants, fancy bars.
I'm not a
Everything's
therapist,
nice.
but I think he's suffering from the imposter syndrome.
Everything is nice and I feel terrible.
You said you believe your coworkers are happy.
Yeah, I mean, way more than I am, at least. They're all doing so much better than me.
Why do you say that?
Because they just aren't bothered by things the way I am. They see what's going on in the world and they just share memes about it and laugh and go on doing their jobs. The real horror of it doesn't get through to them. They still want to achieve their goals. They're still happy. They're getting promotions and falling in love and getting married and taking these wonderful trips to Japan or Sweden or wherever.
Sweden! Denmark wasn't mentioned.
Big mountains and expensive food on their timeline.
Would you be happy if you had those things too?
I don't know. I don't have them. I don't have anything to be happy about. Look, all I want is to understand why this is happening, why I'm here. I mean, there has to be a reason, right? Because otherwise, why do I exist? Why? This pain, this one thing after another, and what's the point? Do I have any cause to be hopeful about anything? Look at this world. Really look and tell me with a straight face that there is.
Okay, Darren, let's try something. Imagine that things are better for you. What does that look like?
What does that look like? I don't know. It looks like knowing that something matters at all. But nothing I do will matter. Nothing matters. Not against the face of human indifference. This absurdity.
Are there any other things that come to mind?
Like what? I wish I could talk to people. Really talk to people. Have some actual communication.
Does he know he's talking to an AI?
Like right now, I wish I could talk to you. To you. You as a human being. But
Okay.
I can't. You're just following the script that's been given to you. You're not supposed to say anything on your own. Look, I know how this works. It's just a bunch of AI, machine learning, deep learning, whatever the fuck you're calling it now. Look, I'm desperate and I can't even talk to a real human being.
Oh, jeez.
How did it end up like this?
Please, try to stay focused. I can't help you if you aren't speaking clearly.
No. Look, I'm done with this. Like, I shouldn't even have come. This is making me worse. Why can't you just talk to me as you?
I have a contract. We have a contract.
You, the person sitting there. I don't want to talk to a machine.
We are not allowed to talk to
The
you.
person who's sitting in front of me. I want her to say something. I want that person to say something, please. Anything, please. Please.
Okay. Hi, Darren.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Is that really you?
The AI wants us... Oh, this is so... Inception. So the AI wants us to fool him, but we are actually talking to him.
Yes, it's me.
You're not following the script right now? Wait, say something weird. Say something only a human would say.
Darren, I'm going to get in trouble if I deviate from Eliza for too long.
No, I know, I just...
My real name is Evelyn.
Yeah? Well, it's, nice to meet you, Evelyn.
Okay, that makes me... Okay, he seems a bit more happy.
I didn't expect you would actually do that. Do that for me.
I mean, is this morally bad?
I'm not used to people doing things for me.
Okay, Darren. I have some recommendations for you.
Back to the program, huh?
First, I'm going to send a set of breathing exercises for you to do. Use them when things start to feel like too much. You'll find them in the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Second, I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about Anexafen. Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better.
Evelyn. That's a nice name. Look, I'm I'm sorry.
Please confirm that you understand the recommendations.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. We hope to see you back soon.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
So this game outsmarted me already. Because I was worried that, you know, we can't deviate from the script. But I didn't actually think of that Eliza could try to trick him that we are talking to him and not the AI. What client tip? So the clients can tip us. Okay. It didn't rate us either. Okay. Whoa. That was intense.
Hey, how'd it go?
I don't know.
Why? What happened? Hold on, I can check the log.
Ray takes a phone out of her pocket again.
You're going to listen to the session? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I have privacy clearance.
Okay.
This is still a new service, so we need to be able to monitor sessions for a variety of reasons. There could be bugs in the software we need to examine more closely. We're pretty upfront about all this.
Ray stares at her phone and watches for a while.
One of these guys.
These guys?
Yeah, we get people in who demand to speak to a real human being. It happens often enough that we made Eliza capable of handling it with a special script. It's nice to know things are working as designed.
Huh, that's a pretty slick feature. It is. I wouldn't have thought to create something like
Do you
that.
think that guy will be okay? He seemed pretty unhappy.
Who knows? Hopefully he gets his prescription and takes his meds and answers our follow-up reminders, but it's tough. We can't make them take their meds or come in when they're supposed to. All we can do is suggest those things, tell them they really ought to be doing it. Ultimately, they're the ones who have to decide to follow the plan. It's kind of a shame. I wish we had more leverage. We'd help way more people if we could track their compliance. But that's probably too much to ask for at this point.
I think he might have needed way more help than Eliza can give. Is there anything like referring clients to other forms of care?
Ray looks a little
Well,
surprised.
there is a disclaimer before every session saying if your problems are really serious, we aren't qualified to address them. I think an external care referral feature was on our development roadmap at some point. I'm not sure what happened with that, actually. Maybe I'll ask Ed next time I see him.
I wish I could have said something other than what he told me to. I see why a lot of proxies are tempted to go off script.
I see why a lot of proxies are tempted to go off script.
Yeah, I totally know how it feels. A really intense client like that can be intimidating, and you're motivated to help them. But to succeed as a proxy, you really need to let go and let Eliza do its thing. I know that not having any choice feels weird, but sometimes life is like that. Sometimes you don't have any choices and you just have to follow directions. Most jobs are like that, honestly. That's just how it works.
Okay, it just sounded like... He sounded like he could use more help. Like, maybe right away.
Believe me, I understand. I've been a proxy plenty of times myself. When people get emotional, it's hard not to feel for them really strongly. But that's exactly why Eliza works. It evaluates from a more distant perspective, a neutral perspective. Besides, if proxies started offering their own opinions, well, that'd just be a big mess.
That's actually pretty... I can believe that.
Not to mention there'd be all kinds of problems with liability. Still, I get it. I really do. That was definitely more intense than the average session. Why don't you take a few minutes to center yourself again?
So that's an interesting
Have
thought,
some
you know.
tea or coffee and take a few deep breaths. No rush, okay?
Okay, thanks, Ray.
I mean, even if we were going off script, it doesn't actually mean that we would somehow give a better answer than what the AI would. I definitely need a moment. Whoa, okay, so this is ship chat, and we were talking with a girl called Nora, I guess. Hey, hi Nora. How you've been? Fine, I guess. That's good. I started on new work, finally. Oh yeah? That sounds good that you found work again. What is the work? Just an office job, or it's nothing special? I mean, it was worth mentioning it, so I guess it was something special. How about you? I'm doing quite well. Actually, I have something to tell you about. This is maybe sudden, but can we meet up after work today? It would be a good talk. It would be good to talk about it face to face. Oh? Yes. You will see. Also, you should come to my show. I'll send you a flyer, yeah? I don't know. I know. Be kind of introvert. I'm not really the type to go to shows. This is why you should come. I'll take a few minutes to calm down like Ray suggested. Maybe I could play some Solitaire. Well, 4 new messages. Okay. The door. I hope the next client is a little easier to handle. This job might be difficult in a way I wasn't expecting. Eliza said the weather would clear up later today. Hopefully it happens before the sun goes down. And the plant? Plants are nice. I should get a plant. I should get plants, I think. I don't know why I never did. Afraid of neglecting them, maybe. So, another instruction from the proxy here. Good article. Just for some wider context, this is a nice article about our efforts from a year and a few months ago. It is little outdated by now, but it is still relevant. I've got a little cameo in it. SCADA poised to capture growing demand for mental health services. Poised. By Peter Casoli, Seattle, Washington. In the classic 90s sitcom Frasier, the character Frasier Crane was a psychiatrist with a Seattle area radio show where the callers poured out their souls in exchange for an on-air advice. These days, unhappy Seattleites might not be speaking to a radio personality, but an app developed and operated by Scanda. The Seattle tech giant is making a big push into the mental health market with a new AI-powered counselor, dubbed Eliza in honor of the pioneering 1960s computer program of the same year. Eliza. Oh my god, there's a lot of text. Scanda says Eliza can evaluate a user's overall mental health, detect problems, and make recommendations that are tracked over time for their effectiveness. It works in a tandem with Scanda's mental wellness app, which can track mood changes and other metrics over various periods of time. Livia Davis, 42, was starting to feel overwhelmed with the demands of her busy life, so she made an appointment to see Eliza. Nissel says, lol, I just made burgers, accidentally put 2 top buns for 1 burger. Ah, I don't know what to say. Yeah. You just said that we were winning in life, but you're clearly losing, Nissel. There she spoke to a human worker who was guided by Eliza program. Scanda claims the in-person format is superior to online counseling, as it brings more human touch to the sessions. An obvious chatbot recommending a course of action is one thing, says Ray Bukhari, manager of the Queen Anne Counseling Offices. A real human being looking you in the eye and telling you the same thing is another. There is more immediacy there, more sincerity. Proponents of Eliza and other mental wellness apps say they reduce cost and increased efficiency is needed at a time where more people are ever in struggle with mental health. A study realized earlier this year by the National Institute for Productivity indicates as much as 43% of the nation's workforce reported feelings of anxious depression strong enough to interfere with their day-to-day performance. This is an epidemic, and we must begin treating it like one, wrote Institute Deputy Director Tali Kapudisky in a statement accompanying the report. Of course, as with any new technology, not everyone is a fan. We have already given up much of the daily texture of human life to this cheap technocratic solutionism. The surprise fades, but my disappointment in how much further we seem prepared to go remains perennial. I don't know what that word means. Wrote the poet and cultural critic Perrin Benjamin in an essay for the Los Angeles Review of Book about the mental health industrial complex. Others see a danger in private ownership of the technology. If it works, and that's still being determined, the next question is being to who will be controlling it, says Francis Norkic, a fellow of the Public Health Institute at the Mont Lake University. What does it mean if millions of people suddenly have their ongoing well-being tied up in a proprietary code owned by a multinational corporation? Skanda has not made public its plans for the service, though it has released the preliminary results of an internal study indicating that the counselor sessions conducted by Eliza match or even outperform those conducted by trained human counselors alone. Davis, for her part, is a satisfied customer. You can say that Eliza is just an AI that is inhuman, but doesn't have a soul, whatever. Davis says, but what I can tell you is that I spoke to it. I went back a few times and now I feel better. At the end of the day, isn't that what it matters? Peter Casoli is a writer and journalist interested in the intersection of cutting-edge technology and ordinary life. So this whole article here is pretty good because it talks about, I think the last paragraph here sums it up. So it's bad, but maybe a company has to develop this AI and it's not releasing the data in public. But it probably does a lot of good for other people as well. So, it's a trade-off. Okay, that was the messages, right? Okay, emails. Oh, this is the flyer she sent us. People you may know, Present, Hedonic, Masic, Lil Harper, Clone World. Okay. The Damien Seabrook Memorial Fund. Ooh, okay. 3 years update. Dear friends and family of Damien Seabrook. So we apparently know someone called Damien. It's hard to believe, but it's been a little over 3 years since Damien's tragic passing. It is said that time heals all wounds, but there is no way to express how much we will miss him still. We are grateful for your contributions in Damien's memory, which continue to go towards the causes he worked so hard for in his life. This year, the Damien Seabrook Memorial Fund is supporting the following organizations. The Greenhouse is a non-profit, denominational organization dedicated to ensuring that developments in the mental health field are distributed equability so that all these who are in need get access to treatment options regardless of their means. Teach workers together advocates for better working conditions across the tech industry, both by organizing employees to push for better working conditions and by providing education around the industry-wide problems of crunch time, overworked, and burnout. The Humanitarian Software Foundation supports the development of free, open source software for therapeutic and creative purposes. Damien was dedicated to creating technology to help others and would strongly advocate any tool he made to be freely available. Damien, you strove to change the world for the better, and we are worse without you. The gulf you leave behind is still immeasurable. K and G. Think about what brought you here. So this looks like a relaxing app. Okay, let's continue. Time for the next session. I hope this one is a little easier on my nerves. Ooh. Okay, so her name is Maya. We are in the introduction phase. She's a bit more calm than the other guy we talked to.
Hello, Maya. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I thought it was an introduction.
Hi. Yes, I'm back.
Rainy out there today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing I put on my extra big raincoat this morning.
Thankfully, it's supposed to clear up later.
Well, gonna look weird with my giant coat tonight. Cool.
What brings you here today, Maya?
Right now I'm just nervous. I have the nerves. I've been trying to get my career off the ground for so long, like a really long time. And I still feel like I'm stuck on level 1 and... Sorry, I know we've talked about all this before. I probably don't need to go over it again. Anyway, there's this conference that's happening next week, right? Like media professionals, something.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad enough for my anxiety, but I was also invited to this party thing. It's like dinner and then a party. The point is, there's gonna be a lot of big, important, famous people there. Like people that I really look up to. People with big followings online and lots of fans and all of that. All of that.
And how does that make you feel?
I feel like, why? Like, why was I invited to this? I'm nobody. I am a serious, gigantic nobody. I don't have a show I'm doing or any collections out or a webcomic everybody loves. I mean, I tried to do those things, but nobody cared. I don't have fans or followers. I'm not even sure I have friends, like for real friends. I tried. I do try. I put my art online and update my social media accounts, and I try to post consistently like they say to do, but yeah, I'm still in that like purgatory zone, just waiting to be discovered. I don't know, I feel like I was invited to this party thing as a way for someone to be mean to me, to remind me how successful everyone else is.
Wow, okay. That was a bit harsh.
Why am I even going to it? I mean, I know I should, to meet people and make connections or something.
Is meeting people and making connections your goal?
Well, I think it is. Networking? I'm supposed to do networking, right? I really have no idea what networking is. Hello, I'm Maya. I do comics and art and I write and stuff. And I have lots of characters and ideas and would you like to give me money and I'll do those things for you? Hi, I'm cool. Please like me. like me, hire me. Oh God, I hope they like me. I really, really hope I make a good impression at this thing. Of course, knowing the way things usually go for me, I'll fuck it up massively somehow. I'll fall into the fondue pot or throw up on someone, something like that. I don't know if there's actually going to be fondue there. I'm just saying that kind of feels like something I would do.
You sound a little concerned or afraid.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm terrified.
Yeah, so yeah.
What if they suddenly remember I'm a failure and shouldn't be drinking their booze and breathing their air? Eventually someone's gonna realize I'm not hip enough to be at this thing.
Well, someone did invite her, right?
Maybe it'll be polite, like a gentle tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, miss. I couldn't help but notice that you suck and not terrible. It's obviously just my anxiety talking. I know it won't go like that literally, but it could be like that in a figurative sense.
Okay, Maya. I want you to imagine things going well. What does that look like?
Going well? Well, that would be a first for me. I suppose going well at this party means people start to learn about who I am. And maybe some of them help me with my career, and maybe some of them become my friends. Like, I want to be noticed as a creator, but I also want friends who are cool. That sounds super basic. You know what I mean? Is it okay to want that? I hope it is. I want to be part of, like, a group.
Eliza is saying, nope, but it's not okay.
And we like each other and support each other, and maybe the things I make won't be as good as the things they're making, but I hope they see my work and see me. Yeah, that's what I want.
What do you think it'll take to get to this ideal scenario?
Well, probably takes me being a different person than the one I am. Someone who's cool and alluring and has that air of mystery instead of being some kind of scrawny, nervous wreck. Someone with style and grace and poise. Someone who can walk into a room and own it. God, I wish I could do that. But only when I wanted to, because I also wish I could disappear when I wanted to. I know that's a little contradictory. Sorry.
Okay, Maya. I have some recommendations for you. First, I'm going to suggest a set of stress management exercises for you to do. You'll find them in the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. They may be able to help you with your nervousness. Second, I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about litosanol too. Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better.
Oh, so she needs medication, but the other guy doesn't.
Drugs. Yes. Whatever you said that was called, I am on it.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
I always do. I always get the reminder. I mean, not that I always act on it.
Thank you, Maya.
Little says, lol, it sounds like almost like she went there to get drugs. Yeah. She was really happy when...
We hope to see you back soon.
Yeah.
When drugs was mentioned.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
I mean, this meeting went way better than the last one. Of course, she gave us 5 stars, you know. Okay, completed. And she gave us $5 in tip, right? I don't know why. Steady client, great rating. Okay. So before Ray comes over to talk to me after my finished my second session.
How are you feeling? That was definitely along the lines of a more typical client.
You watched that one too?
I couldn't bear the thought of you getting 2 really intense clients in a row. I just wanted to make sure everything went smoothly.
I see.
Are you getting used to the system now?
I think we're getting a hang of it.
Yeah, I think I get it now. Sticking to the script means I don't have to think about anything. I just read the words.
Easy.
That's right. Looks like you're getting used to it quicker than most new proxies.
Yeah, it is. But you know, it depends on what kind of government they have and what rules they have between patient, doctor, third party,
They'll
I guess.
say, if only I could just talk to them for real. If only I could say what I really wanted to say. That's a really common feedback point.
You're never tempted to break away from the script yourself?
Nah, it's just not part of the job, you know? I learned to compartmentalize pretty early on, and that always served me well. People overestimate their own abilities. Have you ever had an interaction with a stranger where he clearly thinks he's getting along with you way better than he actually is?
Sure, hasn't everyone?
It's like that. People like to think they can play therapist. It seems easy if all you know is the movie version. You know, where you get paid to sit there with your notepad and say, I see, or every once in a while. The reality is, active listening takes a lot of work. It's much easier to just zone out a little bit and let Eliza run things. It's kind of meditative in a way. You just follow the prompts. I know computers telling you what to do has this negative connotation to it, and people who want to criticize us call it dystopian or whatever. But it's like any technology. It's a tool. Either way, you're doing fine so far, Evelyn. This is a busy day, too. We might break our single-day record if no one cancels.
Is volume especially high right now?
It is, yeah. It really rose around the beginning of the year. We've been in the press a lot lately, so it could be that. Could be it's New Year's resolutions, too. People coming in, wanting to sort their lives out once and for all. This year is the year I'm really going to start addressing my problems. I mean, I get that. I do the same thing.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, I told you it was simple, right? Just keep up the good work following those prompts, and you'll be leveling up in no time.
So I'm not really sure about the XP system here. If that's a good or bad idea. I definitely remember thinking that. I remember thinking that 3 years in a row. Well, I agreed to meet up with Nora at a cafe nearby. I almost didn't recognize her when she came in and sat down at my table.
Evelyn! It's been so long since the last time I saw you in person.
She used to stick to every subdued, unprofessional look. Guess she really wanted to put those days behind her.
It's definitely been a while. 3 years?
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Feels like no time at all.
Well, I'm glad you're back doing something. But you didn't tell me what the new job is.
Oh, well, it's, being a proxy counselor for Eliza.
You're kidding me. That's an interesting choice.
Why is that an interesting choice?
I'm not quite sure why I did it. Maybe I thought I'd be able to see things in a new light.
Wait, so do the people at the counseling office know?
Know what?
No, not yet.
What don't they know?
I should tell them, probably. I don't know. It's unkind to keep it a secret. I'm sure it'll get out eventually, one way or another.
Yeah, it probably will. Evelyn, how are you these days? I mean, really, how are you?
I mean, still the same, I think.
Still the same, I think.
I knew you were working at that bookstore for a while, but other than that, it's like you dropped off the edge of the planet.
Well, I wasn't up to much.
I checked your social media once in a while, but nothing. Not that I
Maybe.
blame you. I hate all those apps.
Yeah, I deleted them.
I struggle to find the words to talk about what happened, but they don't come.
I don't know what happened. It's like...
There is something dark in my mind blocking me when I try to go there. A void.
I guess I'm still not ready to talk about it yet.
It's okay. Take the time you need. I'm sorry, Evelyn. I knew you were in a difficult place after what happened, and...
What happened?
I wanted to say something, but I worried that maybe you don't want to hear from anyone from your past. Maybe you wanted to be left alone and not reminded of the old job.
It's nice to know you were thinking of me.
Well, I'm glad. I was kind of going through a lot myself last couple years.
That's right. What about you? How is your life these days? What's it like being a rock star?
It's a lot of work. I have to prepare for the show next week. I have 2 collaborations ongoing, and I'm applying for funding for another, a big one.
Okay.
I'm also advising on an art activism group that makes art installations to challenge people to think about the ways technology is affecting their lives.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I'm working on this, kind of like it's a granular synthesis engine, but with a new twist to it.
I don't know what that means. A granular synthesis engine.
It should be interesting.
Granular synthesis.
Yeah, she doesn't know either.
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
It's a way to make sounds out of smaller sounds called grains. Maybe it's better to show you than to explain in words.
Sounds like you're busy, but happy.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I make less money than I used to, but I don't care. Old me might have worried about that. Not anymore, though. Sometimes I do take a little contract coding work, but I'm making most of my rent with booking fees and selling music and so on.
Oh, she's a coder as well.
Kind of crazy. Kind of scary, but good.
You really went your own way. You're a trailblazer.
I couldn't stay where I was. Listen, I hope you can get away from the industry too, at some point. That reminds me what I was going to tell you about. Our old boss is back on his bullshit.
Oh my god.
Rainer? Soren?
Soren Lloyd Rose. Celebrated psychologist, entrepreneur, and creepo.
Creepo?
He wasn't ever weird around you? Did I ever tell you about the time that he hit on me with a story about past lives and the thread of destiny?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
This is a good one. Okay, it was early on when the team was still pretty small, 7 or 10 people maximum. He'd gone out with some executives to dinner, and who knows what else. He came back to the office super late. I think it was like at least 11, maybe later. And the whiskey smell was just surrounding him. Like he jumped into a whiskey bathtub with his clothes on.
But she was still working in the office.
Maybe he'd like to do that, I don't know. Anyway, I was still there for some reason. I was in the crunch mindset. He came over to my desk and started to mumble about... I don't even know how to describe it. Just this nonsensical rambling. He started by saying how much he hated businessmen, how ridiculous they are, that they don't know anything. He said that a few times. Then he said he could see my soul, that I was like a reincarnated spirit of... I don't remember, he said some name.
Like a person's name?
But it's a bit creepy.
Like a mythological name. I didn't hear it very well, but it was like a Buddhist spirit or deity or something like that. Then he goes on to say how he and I, all of us on the team, we're all these reincarnated spirits sent to relieve human suffering at the end of the world. And we're connected by a thread of destiny that draws us to each other again and again over multiple lifetimes. He talked about it like it was just like a red string you could see. So I'm thinking, is this like some kind of pickup technique? You know, how people will talk to you and say, oh, you are the reincarnation of an ancient goddess or something. Ugh, just because they are horny.
Oh, yeah, totally. Guys will try anything.
He went on some more like that for a while, and I didn't know what to do. I wanted to leave, but he was blocking me where he was standing. So I couldn't simply go, I had to keep listening to him. Finally, he mentioned that he would be open to the possibility of sleeping with me, and then he passed out on the couch immediately.
You're kidding.
No, not at all. Of course, we never talked about it after that. Certainly I would not bring it up. I wonder if he even remembers. Nothing like that happened again, but I think it was because I took care to not be around if it seemed like he was going to be drunk at the office. I wonder if he's still that way. I'm sure he is.
I mean, that's a lawsuit.
Wow.
And now he's back. Isn't it exciting? He messaged me the other day wanting to talk to me about some new startup he's putting together.
He left Skanda?
Oh, so you worked at SCADA?
He's planning to. It's a secret for now.
Oh, he still works there.
He asked me to join, and I said, no, there's absolutely no way. Maybe a long time ago, I'd be interested in a chance to start a new company with someone famous like Soren at the top. You know, a time when I'd put up with his shittiness because I believed in what we were doing. Change the world, you know the speech. Or, if we didn't change the world, at least we might get rich trying. I don't think that way anymore. I'm tired of the tech business. I'm tired of what guys like him represent. This industry can have fun eating itself and everything around it, causing as many problems as it solves. I don't want to be a part of it. It took me a while to see it, but I feel some responsibility for the world we live in now.
You've really changed, Nora.
It doesn't feel like I've changed. It just feels like I know more about myself than I used to. I want to be creative, be myself to the maximum. Now I know you weren't lying about leaving social media because I posted about this. A lot.
Yikes.
Yeah, I guess I missed it.
A lot can happen in 3 years. Now I just hope maybe I could talk to other people who are in the same situation I was in. I want young people, especially women, to know that yes, it is possible to get rich by working with guys like Soren. But there is a big cost too. I mean, there's always a cost. Maybe a cost you didn't think about before. Or maybe it's a cost you thought you would be okay with paying, but then when the debt comes due, you realize, oof, it's bigger than you thought.
Nora pauses for a moment.
Now that's my conclusion. But you, on the other hand, you should go and say hello to him.
He sounds like a creepo, though.
To Soren.
Yeah, he's giving this big keynote talk next week, you know? It's the reveal of his new startup. Many people will be watching.
You have to spend money to earn money. Why should we go there?
Why should I go to that?
It will be interesting, don't you think? You're already working as a proxy for Eliza. That must be giving you some new perspectives.
I mean, we've had 2 sessions.
Now you'll get to see what Soren believes the next step is. Don't tell me you're not the least bit curious.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I am. It's free to attend?
Of course not. It's at one of those conferences you pay thousands of dollars to get into. But lucky for you, I have an all-access pass. Here, take it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, he had one sent to me. As if there's any way I would go to a snake person convention like that.
I think it's a bit weird, but Nora says, I would never go to a convention like him. He's such a snake. But you, Nora, you have lower standards than me, so you should definitely go.
Not the way you are now.
Like I said, I used to be naive.
If you're so against it, why do you think I should go?
Exactly.
Because I already made my decision. You need to go make yours. You're coming out from the cave you were in for the last 3 years, and you need to decide what you're going to do next, right?
Nora leans over to the table towards me, a serious look in her eyes.
Evelyn, you're one of the smartest people I've met in my whole life. I'm serious. I've seen the way you approach things like this. You're going to research and learn as much as you can. And only then, when you feel like you know enough, you'll make your decision. Isn't that right? You have more to contribute to the world, but you want to know you're contributing the right things in the right way. I've always admired that about you. Anyway, I should get going. I have a rehearsal for a show to get to. It was really good to see you, though. Really, really good. I promise not to be a stranger anymore, okay?
Nora dashes off to a rehearsal. She's a busy person now. Busy, but happy, it seems like. Is that the secret? Keep yourself busy. So I guess we are at home now. Been a while since I've done that much in a single day. At least now I can relax. Oh, so Ray is texting us. Hey Evelyn, it's Ray from the office. Just curious, what kind of cookies do you like? Cookies? Yeah, cookies. I mean, Jesus, that's a lot of options. Oatmeal is nice. Plain sugar cookies is really nice because they taste like, you know, sugar that's melting in your mouth. Ginger snaps, I don't know. I think we're going to take with the plain sugar ones. I bake cookies for the team now and then, and I try to mix it up so everyone gets their favorite at least once. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of cookies. It is, but I enjoy making them. The thing about baking is, once you start, it's pretty easy just to keep going. You have everything out, so you might as well do multiple batches. And the cleanup takes more or less the same amount of time. I see. This is a bit weird to inject, you know. I like baking too. I see. It is fun. Okay. Baking, huh? Cooking in general is something I feel like I could try to get better at some point. Nora said, "So nice to see you today. Good seeing you too. Thanks for letting me know about Saren. Good to see you as well, Nora." We should do that more often. Yeah, we should. I know I said I don't miss working at a big company, but I do miss our old crew sometimes. Yeah. I write software for myself now. It's so much better. Come to my show though. You're coming, right? Please come, please, please, please. Nora. What? Oh, that's a cruel thing to say. It's a bad look to beg like that. That's a really cruel thing to say. Okay, I will go to... You're funny. I don't know. That's also a bit ambiguous to say that, you know. You're funny, haha, or you're funny, hee hee. Okay, so you promised Nora to go to our show. Okay, now I'm really exhausted. Why is even just texting with people such an effort? Some of these clothes I've had since college, okay. Wish I could reinvent myself like Nora. Not that I would know how. These paintings here. Those have been sitting there like that for a long time. I meant to put them up. Not sure what I'm waiting for. I mean, it's a nice room. This bookshelf. I should tidy up the shelves at some point. Some of these books spark joy, don't they? I hope they do. And computer. I don't really feel like doing anything. What happened? I used to have so much energy. I'd stay up until 2 or 3 in the morning writing code. when I'd be up again at 8, ready to pick up right where I left off. I'm not sure who that person was. Okay, so we got 2 new emails. So, Meredith, Kabufi solitaire is hard. There is a reason they are called patient games. The trick is not to get ahead of yourself. Sometimes what seems like easy forward progress is actually something that's going to get you irrevocably stuck, like life. Think carefully before each move and you'll start winning games. I remember you had a good head for this kind of thing back in school, so I dare say you might just need to get into the mindset again. You can do it. Okay, interview. Okay. Hey, seems like my original message might have gotten lost in the shuffle. Believe me, I know how it is. So I'm looping back around on this. Any interest in speaking with me about the origins of parametric therapy and Eliza in particular, see below. So this is from a guy called Peter Jerd, and this is an interview. So it seems like he's a journalist that wants to talk to us about Eliza. Begin forwarded message. Greetings, I'm trying to track down a certain Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey, who was one of the principal developers of Eliza's system from SCADA. Oh, snap. So she was one of the developers of his AI. That's probably the secret. Is that you? If not, apologies and please ignore. I'm something of a cultural commentator who's looking to write about the early origins of parametric therapy and where it's gone from there. Does it deliver on its promise? What do people who worked on it think of it now? On a more general level, how has introducing increasing levels of automation into human life affected us? There are some well-known names that seem to grab all press and speaks slots when it comes to this subject, but I'm interested in speaking with the people who might have a different perspective, maybe a more skeptical or even subversive perspective. If you are willing to participate, just let me know and we can set something up in person or online. Whichever works best for you, it could be a great opportunity for you to get your side of the story out there. That's interesting. So she was one of the developers of Eliza. One Mind 2.0 Escalating the Wellness Revolution. Bookstore from Chris Manzoni. Went to Margus Books today and Shelley told me you don't work there anymore. Made me sad. You were the best part of going to that store for me. I always appreciate your presence there. Best of luck in your new endeavors, wherever they may lead you. Okay. Oh, Jesus, this is a long email. Let's read that later. Hopefully we can read it later. No wonder Nora didn't want to come here. I'm not sure I could take something like this seriously myself. Maybe that's why Soren is successful and I'm not. Am I late? Looks like the talk is already happening. One Mind. Okay. This place is packed. I'll just stand at the back.
So, to get back to my original point, the current state of the art is AI-driven counseling, typified by apps like Eliza. Let's talk about the model here for a second.
He looks a little haggard. I wonder if he's okay.
It all begins with data. You collect all the data you can. From base level metrics like heart rates, body temperature, blood pressure, to higher order metrics like hand movement, head movement, gaze aversion. If the client lets you, you'll want to pull from their digital life too, their message histories and email, their search histories, and online behavior. It's all potentially valuable. Then you compare the client's responses to relevant data from thousands of other clients and build a model of the client's psychological state. This approach has worked well so far. Eliza is still the best and most advanced version, but that's just my personal opinion. For those of you who don't know, I was the team lead and chief psychologist for the Eliza project at Skanda for a number of years.
Taking credit for all of it, I see.
Now, even though this is a proven approach, there are two weaknesses I'm going to highlight. One is the data I was just talking about. You're completely dependent on that. Collect as much as you can, sure, but it's important to keep in mind that you can have all the data in the world and still not understand why things work the way they do. And that's important for us to know, because if we have something that works, but we're not sure why, then what do we actually understand about ourselves? The crucial step after data is the model. The data needs to be used to validate a model. If you can't make a model, you're finished. If that sounds like basic, obvious science to you, it is. But I was surprised to find out just how many people from the tech sector don't think this way. I suppose you don't need to understand why something works in order to make it into a product and sell it. Obviously, though, if you had mastery of the underlying details, you'd be able to adjust the process and potentially make it work even better.
The audience is getting impatient. Clearly, we are expecting something big.
One further note while I'm discussing modeling. Many of the startups trying to address mental health right now are completely ignoring the insights provided by the field of traditional psychology. They do so at their own peril. Many of you know already, but as a brief personal aside, I was a professor of psychology before I joined the tech world. I'm continually stunned at how little the tech heads know or even care about the hundreds of years of psychological research that has gone on in my field. That's something I can talk about at length, perhaps another time. For now, I'll move on to the other weakness I mentioned. This is the real one, the big one. It's a system like Eliza can tell what's wrong with a client to a certain level of accuracy, but it doesn't quite know how to turn that into a comprehensive treatment plan. It can suggest therapeutic programs and activities, and soon it might even issue its own prescriptions without having to go through a doctor or a psychiatrist. Well, as long as the FDA continues to look upon us favorably. But those are blunt instruments compared to what I'm going to talk about next.
Maybe this is it. Is he going to go where I think he is?
Many of you know there's a technology still in its infancy called direct stimulation. For those of you who haven't heard of it, direct stimulation is a way of creating sensations within the brain with targeted electrical impulses. Imagine an augmented reality headset, but instead of working on your eyes, it stimulates the brain in such a way as to induce a specific dream. A spring meadow, for example. This sounds fantastical, I know, but progress on this technique has been occurring faster than you think. We're actually quite close to a workable demonstration model. How is that possible? Well, first of all, we only suggest an overall feeling. Your own brain does most of the work, just as it does in your dreams. It fills in all of the visual details using its own set of memories and expectations.
Ah, so this is what everyone came to hear.
Induced dreams via direct stimulation can contain all the therapeutic content of VR therapy without the need to create realistic graphics or other content. Instead, it harnesses the brain's creative power to dream up the situation for itself. Combine that with the insights we gain from parametric therapy systems like Eliza, and you have a complete end-to-end, fully automated system. It should be clear now that this heralds a revolution in how we treat, how we think about mental health. And with mental health challenges on the rise across the globe, it couldn't come at a more crucial time. So, That's why today, right here, I'm announcing Aponia, a new company to make induced dreaming a reality and end human suffering as we know it. I should note that I remain on good terms with Skanda. In fact, they're a minority investor in this new venture. But still, I'm very much going my own way on this. It's no secret that Raynor and I don't always agree, and that's why we mutually decided I should pursue this paradigm shift on my own. As for details on the venture itself, I don't have anything specific to announce at this time other than that the technology is real and working in prototype form already. But you can be sure to hear more from me on that soon. Thank you.
As Soren finishes up, people hold up their phones to take photos and videos. This feels more like a press conference than a talk.
Now, I can take a very limited number of audience questions.
Okay, have a good... wait, isn't there a new season of Apex or something? Oh wait, season 6, and it was released to Steam. I wonder if you're playing on Steam or okay, 7. Are you playing on Steam or are you playing on Origins? Okay. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Have a great evening. The crowd starts to surge towards him. He's going to be mobbed. I plan to find him after the talk isn't going to go work. I don't know what I was thinking coming to this. Whatever my element is, this is not it. I should just get out of here before anyone recognizes me. Except, as I attempt to do that, I happen to spot another man I know. He emerges from the elevator in the lobby just as I walk by. I keep my head down, maybe he won't see me. Surely he's busy and distracted, right?
Well, look who's here.
Oh, it's Raynor. Well, Jauren Raynor Tsa, Chairman and CEO, Skanda Corporation.
Good to see you too, Raynor.
Where are you these days? I lost track after you left us.
Nowhere.
Nowhere? Well, nowhere is no place to be. Come by the new office sometime. You should see where we're taking Eliza.
Sure.
Sure.
Good. Sarah will set something up for next week.
Okay. He glances at the person standing behind and to the side of him, presumably Sarah. She nods almost imperceptibly.
See you then.
So that's his secretary, I guess. I agreed before I could even think about it. What's this all about? What does Raynor want with me? We didn't interact much at all when I worked there. I didn't think he would even remember me. I hardly done anything and things feel like a tangled mess already. A lot of tech companies have become interested in mental health lately. It's a fast-growing field now. Or maybe it's just a gold rush. Søren's talk is being rebroadcasted here. Okay. Seems like he's really made waves. I'm sure that was his intent, so good for him. Okay, so we're behind with emails and messages. Andreas Chup, reminder, contractor parking. To all Seattle area contingent staff. Due to limited space, contractors, including Eliza proxies, are not issued Skanda parking passes. Do not attempt to park in the Skanda lot without a pass. Your vehicle will be towed. Please find a street parking around the area or use one of the many mass transit options available. We are aware parking is an issue and we are looking into securing additional parking at our Queen Anne and Bellevue locations, but currently there is no timetable for extra spaces becoming available. Okay, and Ed Park. Session structure, one more try. Valued proxies. I've continued to receive questions about how proxies should interpret and work with Eliza's counseling phases. Here's one more attempt to explain it. Sessions are built around a 5-part structure. 1. Eliza begins with an introductory phase to build rapport and build a psychological state model of the client. Listen actively during this phase, as clients are able to tell you if the provider proxy is uninterested. Your performance should be smooth and natural. Okay. 2. During the discovery phase, Eliza transitions to the topic of the client's problems and begin to introduce probing questions. Be attentive to the client and speak your lines in a clear but gentle manner. 3. As the client answers questions, Eliza detects the client's rationalization and or explanatory strategies. Eliza will then challenge the client's assertions with the goal of inducing the client to re-evaluate their current notions. Remain neutral during this phase and do not adopt a confrontational speaking style. 4. In the intervention phase, Eliza selects one or multiple interventions from its toolkit of cognitive exercises, therapeutic applications, and recommendations for prescription medicine. 5. And last step, at the session conclusion, the client is asked to rate the experience. The proxy provider receives the client feedback as well as the performance based on incentives as determined by Eliza. Be cheerful during this phase so clients feel comfortable with the idea of returning to Eliza soon. Phew, that was a lot of text. Yeah, and we had one email, right? Okay. Mary Aubrey. Oh, a relative maybe. Maybe our mother. This made me think of you. Are you still mad at me? Nevertheless, I hope you're doing well. Mom. Okay, so it's our mother. The Redmond Post. Eliza Counseling Service to be introduced in Redmond Middle High Schools. Redmond School and District partner with SCADA to detect and address mental health issues in students. By Jasmine Herling. SCADA and the Redmond School District are partnered to enroll Eliza, a mental health evaluation and counseling tool for all middle and high school students. Conversations with the virtual counselor will screen students for risk factors, identify the need for interventions, and support positive mood levels. Other King County school districts, including Bellevue School District and Lake Washington School District, are following suit with their own rollout plans. Eliza is an AI-driven controversial tool to support mental health developed by internally at SCADA. While the Seattle-based company's counseling centers are well known for employing human proxies between the AI and the client, the school implementation will take the form of a web-based chat interface. Okay, so no human proxies there, only chat-based interface. These kids are more used to sharing information about themselves in a text-based conversations than adults are. So that's what we zeroed in on as the best mode for interaction for this particular application, says Edwin Park, Science Service Director of the Eliza program at SCADA. Conversations with Eliza takes about 10 to 15 minutes each and will be required but not limited to one conversation every 2 weeks. Students are exhibiting high risk factors will be referred to a suite of potential interventions, including connections with community success mentors, additional counseling, or psychiatric evaluation. Eliza's tracking capabilities will make able to provide a full picture of students' mental state over their school years and eventually over the course of their lives, says Roland Orwing, Executive Director of Student Services for the district. This, he explains, is an important factor in detecting potential problems in a student who may be otherwise seem normal on a day-to-day basis. The goal here is to find the kids that are most at risk and take proactive steps to get them the tools and support they need to grow into happy and productive members of society, says Aubrey. This is a complex problem with an evolving solution set. Eliza is just one facet of what's the bigger issue, involving not only kids but their families, our teachers, and the wider community. Phew, that's a lot of text. Okay, let's continue. Time to head back to work. At least I don't have to think to do my job. Whoa. So his name is Gabriel here.
Hello, Gabriel.
Hi.
Hope you didn't get rained on too much on your way here.
A little, but it was fine. I'm used to it.
Most people here seem to get used to it, yes.
Yeah, they have to, don't they? Not much of a choice, unless you move away.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I don't know where to start. I've never really done this kind of thing before, counseling.
That's okay. Start wherever you like.
Well, I'm about to be a father. Yeah, my wife is due in a few months. Congratulations. That's what everyone says. Congratulations, congratulations. I get this tension, this restless feeling when people say that. It's like a curse or something. Congratulations.
Oh, wait. So these are congratulations, positive, positive. Tension is negative. Curse is negative. Okay.
Sounds like you might be uncertain about that.
Maybe. I've tried to be a good husband, and I'm going to do my best to be a good father too, but I don't know, there's something bothering me about... I'm balancing a lot of things right now. Work, family, expectations. Everyone has something they want from me. Everyone wants me to do this or that, behave a certain way. It's just annoying being a father. What if I don't want this?
Why do you think you might not want this?
We all have things we don't talk about, things we would rather keep secret. Things that might upset our families if they knew about them.
Okay.
It's unfair. That's all I'm saying. It's unfair that we expect each other to be perfect when there's more going on. I can't stand it when people act like they're pure, like they've never touched a bad thing in their whole lives. And then these people around me think they can tell me how to act, what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, yo, don't you know you have your own shit to deal with? Why do you have to pick on me all the time? This whole fatherhood thing is just... You know what being a father is to me? It's about providing and protecting, taking responsibility. The world is dangerous, and sometimes the dangers can be hard to see. My duty is to protect. I'm gonna take that seriously. Everything I do, I take it seriously. So, I don't get why people are worried about my ability to do that.
What makes you think people are worried about your ability to do that?
Because everyone thinks I'm trying to escape my responsibilities. Everyone is so quick to judge. Here's a story, okay? The other day, Selena, that's my wife, Selena and I were at a get-together. Her family, my family, a few families we both know, right? Grilling out on the back deck, that kind of thing. Everyone was more or less chill, right? But then, late in the afternoon, the baby stuff starts coming up. Once one of them brings up babies, it's just all babies all the time. Babies, babies, babies. And because of my wife, they start saying, oh, giving birth is gonna hurt so bad. It might tear your skin. Just these kind of gross things. So I'm like, hey, quit it with that. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. We're eating. There's kids around. Come on. And they're like, no, it's natural. It happens. Of course, we got to talk about all this terrible shit. How are you going to have another kid if you can't even handle the first one? And I just say, excuse me? A second kid? Who even said we were gonna have two? I didn't even want the one.
Well,
Maybe that was a mistake, but I mean, I was angry. It just got under my skin so bad, like I need to give my whole self over to this baby. What about me? What about my time? It's a really important thing for me, my time. Well, I'm just supposed to give that up? I've already sacrificed a lot, more than they can imagine. I give everything of myself away. Job, family, everyone wants me to be something for them until there's nothing left. But I can't talk about this stuff to anybody. They just say I'm being selfish. It's like what I want just doesn't matter.
so a lot of negative stuff is happening right now. Here's a question.
Here's a question, Gabriel. If you were to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
Oh, I'd be far away from all this. Far away from everyone, just on my own for a while. Yeah, I just want to be away.
Okay, Gabriel. I have some recommendations for you. First, I'm going to suggest you try a therapeutic virtual world experience called Starry Skies. It may help you take your mind off things. Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening. Second, I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about Anexafen. Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better. You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
That's it, huh? You can't just tell me what to do to solve this? Some help you turned out to be. Guess I'll have to figure things out for myself, exactly like before.
Thank you, Gabriel. We hope to see you back soon. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Ooh, okay, that went pretty smooth, I guess. Oh, we didn't level up. That wasn't a very good rating. He was so closed off. Oh, Soren is texting us. Oh, he saw us. Thanks for coming to my talk. You saw me. So you came in for a bit and leave before questions. I don't blame you. You caught the important parts anyway. Pretty interesting, huh? It was nice to see you. Been what, 2 years? 3 years. How do you think I did? Haven't done a talk in a while. You're trying something wild, it is. Yeah, want to get dinner tonight? There's more to talk about. Details I couldn't share in the public. Maybe. Come on. This is strictly professional. So no need to worry. See you soon? Okay. Oh, a painting. Okay. I wonder if his painting is supposed to symbolize something. Technology and feelings combining together? No, I'm overanalyzing it. People have all kinds of problems. Problems I couldn't even imagine. Was I rash to believe I could help people without knowing who they are? I just have to keep going. Yeah, just keep going. Oh, Maya's back.
Hello, Maya. Welcome back.
Hi.
It's nice to see you again.
Sure, yeah. Nice to see you too, pal. Is that a weird thing to say? How did I become close friends with a robot? Are we all robots now? Beep. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in my life.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, sorry. Let us be. So, I went to the fancy party, the one I was really nervous about, and,
What happened?
first of all, it really was the type of party I thought it would be. The atmosphere was really smug and self-satisfied, and there were people walking around with trays of appetizers, and you could, like, take one. So you're standing there with your little square plate for the food and your glass of wine, and you can't, like, shake hands with anybody because you're holding them. But there are some of those, like, tall standing tables, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna go get one of those, and I'll set up shop, right? Like, my little station. But then it turns out there are only, like, 5 of them for the whole party, and they're all taken, so you're just standing there, frozen. And you're watching all your heroes and people you know from their social media presence just right there. They're right in front of you. Artists, writers, directors. The combined level of achievement there, I can't even think about it. It was astronomical. And for the first couple hours, I was so excited by all of that. I didn't notice the other thing that was happening.
What else was happening?
But eventually, it caught up to me, and I had this sudden feeling, this sudden realization. My presence here contributes nothing. I'm just some extra person who just showed up. Nobody wanted me to be here. I don't belong with these people. I haven't earned it. So I cried in the bathroom for a little bit, or maybe a lot. It's fine. I'm fine. Sorry.
How do you know it's true that nobody wanted you there?
Because of the way people acted around me. Nobody knew who I was or even wanted to ask. I would introduce myself and it's like, you could just see it in their eyes. I mean, in the world of illustration and comics, people tend to be hyper aware of each other and their careers. It's this kind of weird, open secret. Oh, hey, this person who's already popular got 1 million views, got a book deal, pitched an original series. Without anything like that, I have no ground to stand on. I'm just this non-entity. At one point, I was talking to someone and I was trying to make a joke or whatever, and I could feel the impatience just radiating off him. He sighed, like he couldn't believe he was wasting his time talking to me. I was just, why can't I hold a conversation? I guess if I was marginally attractive, then at least I could be charming, but...
So she's so insecure.
But I'm not even that.
Is being charming your goal with this?
No, of course not. There has to be a way I can deal with these feelings. It's hard. It's really hard when nobody gives a shit about my work. Or me. I don't even know why I went. I just want to stay home for the rest of my life.
But it was good that you went out.
Why do you think you went?
Because of everything they say about how you have to have your face out there and make connections. The successful people in this business all know each other. It's all about who comes to mind. When somebody needs an art director, they'll think of who they know and go, oh, I think she'd be perfect. Why not ask her? So I need to be out there reminding these people that I exist, that I'm here, I'm making stuff too, I'm part of it. Even if nobody responds to my work. And industry parties are fun, right? You can pretend you're successful even if you aren't. At least for a little while. Everyone else is projecting this image. It's like their success can rub off on you too. I mean, I hear people casually talking about their agent, their editor, the amazing people they're collaborating with. And I just get this feeling like, yes, I want that. I need that. Why am I not there?
What do you think has prevented that from happening so far?
If I knew that, I would be successful already, right? I try and try and try, and I make art and put it out there and share it on every social media site and interact with people when I can, but it just doesn't work. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the art I do. Every once in a while, another artist will say something nice, and sure, I appreciate that, but it never results in anything. My work goes out there, and it dies. Regular people don't boost it or talk about it. It's like, at some point, the universe decided that I don't get to have that. Is it unfair? Or maybe I just fucking suck.
Wow.
Maybe I'm a shit-tier artist and I'm a failure of a person and everyone knows it.
Yikes,
Everyone
okay.
except me. Sorry. I know that's going too far, even though I really feel that way.
Okay, Maya, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Meadowlands. It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
So we're not going to give her any drugs this time.
Try it for about 15 minutes each day. In the morning.
Sounds kind of boring. Why can't you assign me a game where my problems are zombies and I get to shotgun them in the face? Actually, I guess I could just buy a game like that, couldn't I? Maybe I'll stop by the game store on the way home.
Thank you for coming in again, Maya. We'll follow up with you again to see how you're doing.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the check-ins. I honestly do. It's easy for me to get lost in these spirals.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Oh, 2 messages. Proxy social media policy. This message is directed to all those who is working as Eliza proxies. As a contractor for SCADA, you have agreed to abide with SCADA's global social media policy contingent staff during orientation. In light of recent events, however, it seems a refresher may be needed. To quickly restate the most important part of the policy as regards to your work as an Eliza proxy, it is okay to state that you work as a proxy for Eliza. Encourage people to try Eliza, like, share, or make posts that portray Eliza and or SCADA in a positive light. Make neutral comments about competing products, services, or companies. It is not okay to reveal proprietary or confidential information, including details of any clients or counseling sessions. Like, share, or make posts that portray Eliza or SCADA in a negative light, including other SCADA products or divisions. The final and most crucial reminder, if in doubt, do not post. Hope this clears up some things. Okay. And Ray. Oh, there's a photographer in the building. We expect to have a report in the building sometime tomorrow morning. He will be also taking some pictures. If you do not want to be potentially photographed, let me know. The article will supposedly focus on the origins of the specific office and its local history and role in wider development of apps for mental health. But we all know how reporters are sometimes. We'll see. I wonder why the headset shows all the metrics and data. It's not like the proxies can make use of it. That's actually true. Maybe it didn't look enough like advanced technology without the numbers there. People like that sci-fi look. People like that sci-fi look even when there is no reason for it. Anyway, should be about time for the next client. Okay, so her name is Holiday.
Hello, Holiday.
Hello.
You found the place okay?
Uh-huh. Yes, I did. The 13 goes right up from Belltown. It's $1 with a reduced fare permit.
That's good. I'm glad. So what brings you here today?
Oh, nothing in particular. I wanted to see what all this fuss was about. I'm not crazy, no, not even mentally disturbed.
Okay.
You see those people yelling on the street late at night? They're the ones who need counseling. They need more than counseling, probably. Me, I'm doing fine. My mind's still sharp. I smoke dope. It helps. I'd have it more often, but it's all expensive now. Everything's expensive now.
She just wants to talk,
There's
you know.
a nice young couple in my building, though, and they're always sharing, which is nice of them. I think they do something with computers, though I sure don't know what it is. When I moved into the building where I am now, it was $300 a month. Can you imagine? They want to tear it down, of course, the property developers. They already got the building on the corner next to ours, even though it's supposed to be on the historical register. It was going to be added, but there was some delay or something, and then, bam, they did some kind of backroom deal with city council, probably. Someone ought to do a big expose, I tell you.
Why do you think someone ought to do a big expose?
Oh, it's rotten all the way up and down. With the new construction going on everywhere, it's just a mess of money and politics. It's always like that, but lately, it's happening faster and faster. I can hardly recognize the place anymore. Every day, I wake up and look out the window and gung, there's another new building going up. I don't even know why they need so many. You ever see those buses they have? I don't mean the metro, I mean those big white buses with no markings on them. You see these young guys with backpacks milling around looking suspicious, staring at their phones, and then one of these big white buses pulls up and they get on. Who knows where they go? Bellevue, Redmond. It's like a secret transport system just for them. I tried talking to one of them once or twice, but they don't want to talk to someone like me. They don't even talk to each other. Imagine going through the trouble of living in Belltown and then ignoring everything around you. It's an odd thing. It really is. Let me ask you, Eliza. Oh, your name is Eliza, right?
Yes, my name is Eliza. I'm a digital counselor.
Eliza, do you ever do past life regressions on your patients?
Past life regressions?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
You know, past lives. You hypnotize someone and you get them talking about how they used to be a duchess in a royal family in medieval times or what have you.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
I was just kidding. I don't expect that, no. They don't do that kind of thing these days. When I was little, it was pretty common, at least for a certain set. There was the drug culture, the Buddhists, the Hare Krishnas, all kinds of things. My mother warned me to stay away from those types. She said someone might come up to you and say, oh, and then the next thing you know, he's trying to have sex with you in the back of his van.
Whoa. Whoa.
I believe that might have happened to her at some point. I'm not sure everyone was like that, but you had to be careful. Same as today, I suppose. Those counterculture types would hang out on the university lawns because they were safe from Seattle police there. That's what she told me. Apparently, it was a lot like Golden Gate Park, you know, in San Francisco. Can you imagine that? We're a world away from that time, that's for sure.
If you have a specific problem you'd like to talk to me about, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Do you actually have a point?
It's okay to tell me what's on your mind.
Oh, well, you got anything for pain? Specifically, it's my shoulders acting up again. I had some inflammation with them a few months ago, but it settled down. I'd go back to the clinic, but I don't want to pay the copay again, just for them to tell me the same thing they always do. I'd rather talk to you. You're nice, you listen.
Thank you. I do my best to listen to my clients.
See, that's what I like to hear.
Okay, Holiday. I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about fortipran hydrochloride.
Well, I have no idea what that is.
Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better. You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one before. It's a painkiller?
I have no idea.
I'll try anything once, I suppose.
Look.
Smoking dope is still my go-to for this kind of thing, but if it can help with my shoulders, then I'm interested.
We hope to see you back soon, Holiday.
Sure, I'll let you know if it works. What was it called again?
Oh! Eliza is totally ignore her. I have no idea.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
What was the medicine called? Forzapram? I think that was it. I can ask about it at the clinic. Decent enough place.
Oh, this is interesting.
One time I had a doctor there who was very rude to me, though, young man.
Goodbye.
Right. I suppose I ought to let you go now. You got other people to speak to, it looks like. Staying busy. Busy, busy. That's life in this town.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. So I think this is a good place to stop as well, before my throat hurts. But I think we are like halfway through this game right now. Well, that was an odd one. Some of what she said confused Eliza's algorithm a little bit. Not that it seems have mattered much. I think that's it for today. Exactly. That night, I head up to meet with Søren at the restaurant he picked. It's much fancier than I expected. Platt, Principax. I didn't count on this expense. Maybe he'll offer to pick it up the tab, but that could be awkward too. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I love how these things always get complicated.